I don't claim to know what lurks in the shadows of our lives. I don't claim to know what exactly happens to us all once we encounter the forces that bring forth life and death. I bring this up because, as artists, we must always give our thoughts on the subject the same as we would any other. The world around us is forever changing, and in the end, who knows just what is correct? My thoughts on life and death are that everything has been pre-planned for quite some time. Ages ago, there was a formation of energy that brought forth the ability to create life. Once we die, we return to the source of energy. It's nothing like that of the God we are told about by the religious teachings. That attempt to put in perspective that people as a whole are the center of it all. But what if that's not the case? What if we are just nothing more than an afterthought? Just lucky to be alive, and yet we're always meant to be controlled and manipulated to do the bidding of such forces? I always picture that such parties that linger around us determine just what bidding they want us to do. That we were always meant to explore to reconnect the forces that surround us as one. Though there is always a fine line between good and evil. Because life always needs heroes and villains to justify what needs to be done. Life as a whole is meant to be such a great gift. But in reality, if the world is filled with good and evil, how come the balance is uneven? The masses of today's world are being told to sacrifice whatever they can in order to be truly happy, while the few are able to live a life of gluttony and greed. This is the same with the many different beings and powers that I discuss within my own books. Going into great detail on how a few groups of people learned the truth and like this so are able to be in direct contact with such powers. These people who had known the fact decided to move forward and live a life dedicated to serving those beings. For they were ready to do whatever it took to satisfy their God's needs. Even if it meant taking the lives of the innocent. For human life meant little to nothing to them. For they were told by what they deemed to be true power. Though, with every new set of eyes that entered their small communities would move forth and try to retain their own sense and their own beliefs. Many times these people often fail or end up in another world where they must live a nomadic life. Punishment for not truly understanding what forces were pulling the strings behind the scenes. That's the price one pays for going against the true powers that rule over life. But is this honestly worth it? Yes. Fighting for one's own beliefs is needed to grow and allow the ideas of the old to merge with the new. I wanted to tell my thoughts on what indeed lurks in the great unknown. But am I right? Who knows, I could be completely wrong and at the same time have nothing but pie on my face. With that being said, the great belief is genuinely nothing more than a joke. Everyone must move towards their own understanding of it all. I am nothing more than a horror writer who must tell the world of my beliefs and stories. With that being said, I bid you all farewell.